Let's get started on today's lab. This is just a practice, and I suggest trying to do it and before you watch the videos to see how far you can get using what we've learned today. It's very similar to the examples that we've been doing. If you open up the Birds Lab folder, you'll find the assets. Inside the assets, you'll find the styles.css file. This is where you'll be working. I have the index.html open for you now, and that already has your style sheets linked. So you shouldn't have to do any editing in the HTML. Maybe you'll have to apply a clear fix. That would be about the extent of the edits that you would need inside the HTML today. It's mostly going to be CSS work. There's a couple of mock-ups for you. There's a PDF which has all kinds of comments in it, so take a look at that first. Let's have a look at, I think I have it open. So over here you can see details of what you're trying to achieve in the mock-up in terms of background images, absolute positioning, horizontal navigation, lots of floating, percentage widths so that things resize a bit when the page resizes. On page 2 of the final result PDF, there are 2 additional layouts that you'll be creating for specific media queries. So for very small screen sizes, less than 420 pixels wide, you're going to make some changes to the nav. For the medium size, you will have already made this change, which is when we get less than 800 pixels wide, we'll stack the columns, we'll get that image over to the left instead of floating. But the nav bar stays the same at this size. So feel free to refer back to that anytime you need. I'm going to switch back to the first page. In addition, you have the final result.png. This is so that you can view it in back brackets if you're using the brackets color picker. Here, you can open up the color picker and navigate around to find those font colors and background colors. So hopefully that will be helpful. My usual strategy is to work from big to small and from top to bottom as much as possible, and I will follow that strategy today, starting with overall items such as the body font. So let's head there and do a couple bookkeeping type things, like applying the font family to the body. Font family, the PDF tells you that this is Arial font with a default of sans serif. We'll set the font size to 100%. Save, and that should be it. Over here in Chrome, I have my page loaded up, and I'm going to refresh. You should see that change occur. Now, working with the Come Fly with Us area and the background. The background of the page itself is not super interesting. Mostly just solid colors, which you can pick in the color picker. But this top area is has some blue mountains on there. So let's see what that is all about. First of all, what is that area called? You can either look it up here. It looks like it's a header tag, or you could inspect it in Chrome. I'm going to style the header. I don't know how high it should be. I'm going to eyeball it. Or I could measure it in the mock-up if you want to be a little bit more exact. So if this is the mock-up, this is telling me that this is 0, 0, and if I go down to where the nav bar is, it's roughly 250 pixels high here. So that's my header height. I could also open up that PNG file in Photoshop and use the ruler tool. Height, 250px. Could also make this as a min-dash height if that was important. We haven't really talked about min-dash heights in particular. Okay, so that gets us some height, and I'm going to do a couple of font colors and then we'll call it good for this video. So colors, picking some colors. This looks like white, is it? Nope, it's all D's, almost white. Color. It's copied to the clipboard, so I could paste here, or I can shortcut because this is a web-safe color. It's got double digits and they're all multiples of 3. That's what makes it, or that's how you can tell it's web-safe, just by looking. Actually, no, it's not web-safe, D's are not multiples of 3, so I can't shortcut. C would have been the web-safe because C is the number 12, D is the number 13, which is not web-safe. Not sure why D was chosen, but there you go. Other colors while I'm in here, the link colors look like they are F2, F2. Is that really it? Trying to find a horizontal line here. That's really not. There's definitely some, is that F2, F2, F2? Okay. And what is that in the browser? These are A tags. They're A tags in the nav, so I think that's how I would identify them in terms of selectors. So inside the nav, I'm looking at A tags, and those colors are F2, F2, F2. Other colors that I need, looks like I need this blue for the headings. So let's have a quick look at that, and then we'll look at the footer, and then I think that will be it. Oh, this text color too. So the default body color is, dun da da, what is this? Let's find a good I, something. 888080. We'll get, that's fine, okay. Color. Oh, I could paste, couldn't I? Because it's copied from the picker. Those headings are, what are they? They are H2s in the main content, also an H2 over here inside the aside tag. So I'm just going to go with H2. It seems to be an overall style. H2, and the color is that. Footer, right. Hoping it will be the same as something. No, it's hard to tell. There's here, but how about the I? I'm guessing that this is just a function of the weird, of the PNG, because of the, is that a footer tag? Yeah, it's a footer tag. Because these are kind of weird colors. I'm guessing they're all meant to be close to DDDD. Well, the nav is a different gray. Well, it's hard to know what the right answer is here. Let's put the actual color property in there. Okay, so here we go. Refresh, and that's looking pretty good. In the next video, we'll get going with the background colors and the background images.